everyone and welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'm going to be reviewing my top 10 AFL games I've been to. Some of the games are pretty old, some of the games are recent, so without further ado, let's get into it. I'll be ranking them from 10th to 1st, so let's get started. Alright, 10 games I have on my phone here. Let me just get them up real quick, and here we go. I've in order from 10th to 1st, so let's get started with the first one. Round 10, 2014, Geelong v North Melbourne. Geelong won 20 points, 111 to 91. Look, I've just had memories on this one when we used to live in Geelong, and this was like the first game I've ever been to at GMHBA, so it was pretty good. It's a pretty good stadium, obviously, pretty good night for me. I was going for North Melbourne probably, I don't even remember, it was back in 2014, so I have it in 10th just because I don't really remember it too much, but it was, yeah, a good night. Next game is Western Bulldogs versus Adelaide. I'm pretty sure it was a 2015 final, like a 2015 semi-final or something. Adelaide won by 7 points, I think it was at the MCG, was standing up, and I remember these guys behind us we were like standing up, and I hated standing up back then, but nowadays I guess I could deal with it. But back when I was like pretty little, there was like these bunch of adults behind us, and they were just, yeah, drinking, doing whatever you do at the footy. And then one guy poured a cup of beer over his mate and he got kicked out, which is pretty funny. Wow, it was a ripping game, but Eddie Betts just pretty much tore up the whole ground. Bulldogs and Adelaide, yeah, definitely a good matchup at the time. Obviously nowadays Western Bulldogs would probably just flog them, but yeah, this is coming in 9th just once again because I don't really remember it, but it was definitely a good final. Coming in at 8th, we have Essendon versus Freo. Saturday night, round 9 last year. Essendon winning by 7 points, 53 to 60. I don't really know what to say about this one. It was just a real sloppy game of footy. We just made our run too late, I feel. Last quarter we were coming back, but it was just too slow. And then I remember the ball going into our 50 with like 2 seconds to go, but I didn't know how long there was left. Yeah, pretty bad night. I'm pretty sure it was raining outside. It wasn't that good outside, but in Marvel Stadium, obviously with the roof shut, it was pretty good. Yeah, Essendon won by 7 points. Have it in 8th spot just because it was a pretty bad game, and I feel like if Freo kicked one more goal, I would have been happy with the performance, only losing by 1 point. Coming in at number 7, we have round 1, 2014, Collingwood versus Freo at Marvel Stadium. The Dockers got over the line by 70 points. Where are you going to see that nowadays? The Dockers winning by 70 points against Collingwood at their home ground. You're not going to see it anywhere, to be honest. Yeah, the Dockers just dominated the whole game. My dad was a Collingwood supporter and he came with me. Yeah, very good game. Don't remember it that much. And if it was like last year or something, I'd probably have it in my top 3. But just because back in 2014, don't remember much of it. But yeah, I have that in 8th spot. Now in 6th spot, I have Melbourne versus Freo 2017 round 4. My first big game of footy, I reckon, I've been to. Melbourne were playing good footy as well as the Dockers. Very high scoring. The Dockers won by 2 points because Cam McCarthy, what a legend he is. I don't even know why we got rid of him, but running inside 50, Walters with a fly, didn't mark it. McCarthy at the back, kicks it off the deck and puts us in front by 2 points with only, I'm not sure how long there was left. I think maybe about 40 seconds or a minute or something. 5th spot, we have a pretty recent game last year, Essendon versus Bulldogs, round 21. Bulldogs won by 104 points. One of the main highlights of this game, well, first of all, the vlog that I did for it is one of the most viewed videos on the channel, and also I got free tickets to this game, and I was on the wing, mostly up the back part, like the back seats of the wing. Going into the last term, I actually got moved. I got moved down to the front row, and wowee, what an experience that was. Front row footy at Marvel Stadium, Saturday night. It was a ripping game, ripping performance for the Dogs. Obviously I was going for them because why would I go for the Bombers? Alright, heading into the last 4. In fourth position, I have St Kilda versus Freo, round 21 last year. This is one of the best games I've ever been to, I reckon. Yeah, no doubt about it. Ripping game of footy. We did lose by 3 points, but still, it was just an amazing game. I loved every minute of it. Umpires were a bit controversial, but it's over and done with now, so I won't even bother arguing with it. I was right behind the cheer squad when Josh Bruce kicked that goal to win them the game. You can see me on the highlights, and yeah, it was just an incredible match to go to. Definitely one of my favourite games that I've experienced. Moving on to the top 3, we got some pretty good matches in here. Coming in at number 3, Carlton vs St Kilda, round 22 last year. Carlton 78, St Kilda 68. And wow, what an experience this was. I got Patrick Cripps on my matchday vlog, which was crazy. I went with 3 of my mates, and yeah, it was an experience and a half. It was just one of the best days ever. Went down on the train, went to the G, and saw this. The atmosphere was crazy as well. When Carlton kicked a goal, it was so loud, especially when Harry Mackay, or Harry Mackay, whatever you want to pronounce it, especially when he kicked that snap from about 50 metres out just to seal the game. The stadium just went crazy. Incredible experience, and one of my favourite games ever. In second position, most of you might be surprised it's second position, but number 1, we'll get to that soon. Second spot, I have Richmond versus Freo, round 8, 2017. Dave Mundy kicks a goal after the siren to win it. In the premiership year, in the year that Richmond won the grand final, which is insane. How are the Dockers travelling from Perth to Victoria to face a team that then goes on to win the grand final, but before they win the grand final, they lose to the Dockers at their home ground? I would have been crying because of happiness, because he kicked the goal. David Mundy, what a star he is though. Coming in at number 1, my favourite game I've ever been to. Collingwood versus Fremantle, last year, round 11. I think there was about 30 seconds to go, and Walters just with the tumbling mark. I couldn't even see the mark. I was in the cheer squad. I couldn't actually see the mark because there was a few Collingwood players surrounding him, but I couldn't see the mark. He got it, went back, kicked it. I didn't even tell if it went in or not. I just pretty much just went off the cheer squad's reaction, because I was kind of next to the Freo cheer squad, so I just went off their reaction, and it went through, and I would have been celebrating about a second after it left his boot. But what an experience. Best game I've ever been to. Round 11, Collingwood versus Freo at the MCG. Alright, by the time I'm editing this, I've completely forgot about pretty much my favourite game I've ever been to, mate. I don't know how I forgot of it. Finals week 1, Geelong versus Collingwood at the MCG, Collingwood by 10 points. The atmosphere was insane, so I'm just putting it in here now, but I reckon this is actually the best game I've ever been to. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe. We're almost at 500 subscribers, so let's try and get there by the prelim finals. Yeah, there we go. Try and get there by the prelim finals. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.